Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a part of the Women in Politics series, and I have with me Dr. Yasmin Raashid, who is the Minister for Health in Punjab. So let's go and talk to her. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Saiba, kya haal hai aapka?
जी अल्लाह का फजल खैरियत, थैंक यू सो मच।
डॉक्टर साहिबा, मैं आपसे पहले सवाल करूंगी कि are you from a political family? How did you decide to join politics?
Well, you could call it a semi-political family in this way that I actually got married when I was very young. I was about 18 and a half, and I married into a political family. My father-in-law was basically founder member of Pakistan People's Party and was their first education minister. So I think I was quite exposed to politics right from the beginning. I was also quite keen in student politics. And so, because of my own keenness in student politics, I remember being elected as sports president in Lahore college while I was doing my FSC. And then I became general secretary of my union in Fatima Jinnah Medical College, and then the president. So basically, I was always interested in politics myself. But since I was a student, it was more of students' politics. But I definitely had quite a bit of mentoring by my father-in-law, who was basically had always been a politician.
So my next question was actually कि आपको क्या obstacles आपको face करने पड़े as a woman, but I can see that you are from a background where you had a mentor and you had political background. तो उसके बावजूद आपको कोई obstacle face करने पड़े obstacles?
Basically, I think I was lucky that I had a very supportive husband, and then over that, as I said, my father-in-law was always mentoring me, and I had a very supporting parents also. My mother was basically a doctor. My father belonged to the Air Force. He was a fighter pilot. And my interest in politics always intrigued them, and they always supported me in it. But the major support that I got in how to fight elections, how to ask for a vote, that sort of training I got from my father-in-law.
Okay, right. So the reason I'm doing this series for my channel is because women in all over the world actually, but especially in patriarchal societies like ours, they face more of a problem when joining politics. And once they have joined politics, sometimes they have maybe trouble getting respect for their opinions, or maybe they feel timid. How do you feel?
I think I was very lucky to be, number one, born in a family. Although we belong to a very small village in Chakwal by the name of Mila, my grandfather was a very big visionary, and he always believed that daughters and sons are equal, and ensured that all his children got educated. I was his grandchild, and he was always very keen on my being educated well. I still believe that even in a very patriarchal society, if you have parents who support you, you can always emerge as an independent person. So I think one of the reasons was that I had a tremendous amount of support from my own family also. And then I was very lucky to be married into a family which was equally supportive.
Right.
But I think the basic idea of my independence or importance of being a daughter was inculcated by my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, because I was brought up by him. My mother was studying to be a doctor, and I joined my grandparents when I was just 11 months old, and came back to study joint presentation convent in 1956.
Okay.
So basically, the first 5 years of my life, which I believe are the formative years, I spent with my grandfather, and as I said, he had a very open mind and believed in equality between sons and daughters.
That is wonderful. Dr. Saiba, what do you think of women's wings? And can you tell me how they actually help, how it helps women to have a separate wing? Do you think that they sort of exclude them from the mainstream, or do you think they actually help women?
Well, I have a mixed feeling about it.
Okay.
Frankly speaking, I never wanted to be, I was never a part of the women wing. Even when I joined a political party, which is the Tehreek-e-Insaf in 2010, um, I think I was very lucky that Imran Khan Sahab selected me and asked me when I joined. He nominated me as the General Secretary of the Punjab, the party in Punjab, which was a huge honor for me, selecting a woman to lead the main party, particularly in a province like Punjab. However, I suppose women, probably the chance, my being a little more confident among the main party was basically because I'd been quite involved in the doctors' politics as a president of Pakistan Medical Association. I had a lot of interaction among men,
Right.
so definitely felt far more confident working with men. I believe that women who once come into the political arena initially have a little bit of difficulty to get themselves into the mainstream. So it's a sort of a mixed reaction that I would have. I believe that women should be a part of the mainstream rather than being isolated into the women wing.
Right. Okay. So I'm often asked, whenever I talk about women coming into politics, I'm asked, why should women come into politics? Why should they do this? What do you think? What would you say? Why should women come into politics?
Why should women come into politics?
Yes.
Well, if 50% of your population are women, I think they play a very important role. How can you keep 50% of the people who make up your country quiet and silent and cannot voice their opinion? I think they are equal partners and they're very important stakeholders in whatever is happening in your country. And therefore, I think it's extremely important that women should be equally active in politics as men are. However, because of our sort of upbringing and the way the society works, a lot of women still do not get a chance. But things have improved over the past 3 decades, I should talk about. Because once the women come on the reserved seats, at least they learn how to participate in the parliament. They learn how to talk about their rights. They learn how to push agendas which are important in their own constituencies. So I think it becomes a very important source of learning for them as they come into assemblies.
Right.
So even if they are basically these women are they are on reserved seats, they still play a very, very important role in the parliament.
Right. Okay. So, Dr. Saber, before I go, I just want to ask you, okay, what can political parties do to bring more women into politics? And once they do bring women into politics, what can they do to make sure that women are on all the decision-making tables?
Well, frankly speaking, I think women will have to make an effort themselves. It's not the party which has to make an effort. You must always remember that if you have children, there will be some who are going to put in a lot of hard work and progress very well in their studies, and some of them might not work hard enough. So I think this is quite simple. Whether we are men or women, if you are interested in politics, then you need to really involve yourself and devote time to it. And the more you devote time to it, the more recognition you have. And the more recognition you have, the more confident you become. And therefore, that somebody has tried to marginalize me just because I'm a woman. Because if you look at it, when I talk to you about my past, that I was basically working in Pakistan Medical Association, where majority of the office bearers are men. I think I was treated very much as an equal. I became in year 2000, I became the first woman to be elected as president of Pakistan Medical Association, Pakistan, which is all of Pakistan, which meant men from all over Pakistan supported and elected.
So it has to do with a woman's attitude herself as well, right? Right.
I totally believe. I totally believe that it's how much confidence can people repose in you. The more confident you are, because naturally, whoever you represent, they want to know that the person who's at the helm of affairs can speak up for them. And I think that's one of the advantages that I've had, since I speak up and I speak up the mind of people who I'm representing. Therefore, I've been having all the support.
Right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I know you're very busy.
Thank you very much. And I hope what I contributed does help other women who are interested in politics.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Ji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you learned or liked something in this video, please make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.